Hello, I've got Hadi. Hi Hadi, Mas, Sadaf, lovely people. Hello, hi Nagar. Thanks for joining. Hi everybody, I hope you're well. I hope that you've had a good weekend so far. We've got a long weekend this weekend, haven't we? Monday's a bank holiday, so I hope you make the most of it. I hope you enjoy it to the max. That means to the maximum. I hope you enjoy it to the max. We don't usually get a bank holiday when the weather's nice, so we like to grab any chance that that we get, right? Lovely. Okay, I hope you had a good day as well. Yes. Hello everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you're okay. I hope the family's okay, everybody. And next Monday, Afsan Habibi, yeah? And next Monday as well, hi Bita. And next Monday, which is the coronation. Are you guys going to watch the coronation? We're going to have a new king next Monday. That's a big thing, isn't it? A lot of people, they're not bothered. They're not bothered. What does it mean when I say they're not bothered? You can tell me from my face. They're not bothered. What do you think it means? A lot of people aren't bothered about the coronation. Aren't bothered. Aren't bothered. What does it mean? Someone says, I hate bank holiday. What? What? How can you hate bank holiday? Okay, excuse me. Right. Okay, yes, so not bothered, it means yeah, they don't care, Vida, thank you. They don't care, it's not important to them. Absolutely. They actually did excuse me, I'm downloading something at the same time. What they did was they asked, I don't know, was it 450,000 people? So they did a survey of, yeah, براشون فرقی نداره, exactly. They did a survey of 450,000 people, all ages, and they said, you know, what do you think about the king? Do you think we should have a monarchy? Do you think we should have a monarchy? And it was mainly the elder generation who said, yes, of course we need a monarchy, of course we need a king. But the younger generation weren't really bothered. The younger generation are like, no, we don't need a monarchy. Okay, they don't bother. How is it spelt? Bother, B-O-T-H-E-R. Can you speak Farsi? No, sorry. I do Farsi next week. Okay, lovely. Yeah, so a lot of them can't be bothered with the coronation, and actually they think it puts a strain on the economy. Strain, it means weight, it means stress. It puts strain on the economy. It puts strain or difficulty, stress on the economy. Because obviously it's going to, this is an idiom, it's going to cost a pretty penny. It meaning the coronation. The coronation is going to cost a pretty penny, right? That's an idiom. It will cost a pretty penny. What do you think that means? It's going to cost a pretty penny. I'm going to write all these down and put them in the caption later. Can anyone tell me? It's going to cost a pretty penny. ببخشید، عوض اینکه مهم باشه براتون که من کجا به دنیا اومدم، خواهشاً به حرفای من گوش کنید. مهم نباشه که کجا به دنیا اومدم، کجا زندگی میکنم، به حرفام گوش بدید پلیز. اگر واقعاً میخواید زبان یاد بگیرید، پلیز. Very expensive, exactly. Yes, so it's going to cost a pretty penny. And who's going to pay that? You and I, obviously, the taxpayers. We're going to, it's gonna cost a pretty penny, C-O-S-T, cost, yeah. It'll cost a fortune, absolutely. it's going to be expensive. The taxpayer has to pay it. And a lot of people don't even want a king. They don't even want a monarchy. So they have to pay for something they don't want. That's not fair, is it? It is too expensive, yeah. So they're going to have a horse and carriage to take them. And all that security, I think one of the main expenses, I think, is going to be security. So they're going to have to pay a lot on security and everything. Okay. Thank you very much. Lovely. It costs a lot, it does. It's going to cost a pretty penny, yeah. Let's say, for example, let's practice this idiom a little bit. Let's say I bought something last week. Let's say I bought a new laptop, I bought a phone. Let's say I bought something last week and I want to tell you it was expensive. It was expensive. How can I use this idiom for the past tense? It was expensive. So we need the past tense of cost. Yeah. What's the past tense of cost? Does anybody know? Is it regular? Is it irregular? Yeah. What do you think? Cost. Waiting for the comments to come through. It was pricey. Costed. Okay. Okay. Cost. There we go. Yes. It cost an arm and a leg. That's another one. Yeah, that's a good one as well. So cost. Thank you. Cost is irregular. Thank you very much. There's no ed at the end. It just stays the same. Cost, cost, cost. Present, past, and past participle. All of them stay the same. Absolutely. Thank you. It's irregular. So if I want to tell you I bought something and I want to use this idiom, I say it cost an arm and a leg. It cost an arm and a leg. So there's no S at the end. Yes. If I want to use present simple, then I say it costs an arm and a leg. There's an S at the end. Thank you, everybody. Lovely. Yes, so that's one big thing that they're going to have to pay for. And it's fine, you know, if the country is happy about having a king, having a monarchy. But right now, the country is really going through a difficult time financially, as are many countries. So I think priority should be with things that are more urgent, things that are more important compared to, you know, all that security and all that thing. So we'll have to see. Hi Atafe, thanks for joining. Yes, so cost is irregular, absolutely. Okay, lovely. So tonight I'm going to be working a little bit on pronunciation. If I say something in my speaking and you want me to pronounce it again or to repeat it again, please just write it down and I'll try and repeat several times. Instead of making this a boring lesson and saying, for example, comfortable, now you repeat, comfortable. I don't want it to be such a boring lesson, okay? So I'm going to obviously talk, but if there's anything you want me to repeat, please let me know. One big thing that's going on in England right now, in the UK basically, and if you've got school children, you might know about this. That is monarchy. Monarchy, what's monarchy in Farsi? Monarchy, saltanat, is that what they say? Monarchy in Farsi? What do they say? Can you help me? Padishahi, is that right? Thank you, Negar. Thank you. Padishahi, yeah. Monarchy, lovely. Monarchy, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, thank you. Yes, sorry. I lost my train of thought. That's another idiom. داشتم چی میگفتم؟ یادم رفت. داشتم چی میگفتم؟ I lost my train of thought. I think we've had this before, haven't we? I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought, meaning I can't remember what I was saying. Thank you, everybody. Yes, lovely. One thing that is happening in the UK, and if you have kids going to school, it might affect your kids a little bit. That is that in schools here in the UK, and I'm sure they have it in all other countries, they have something called Ofsted inspection. Okay, so they'll have an inspector. Yes, I lost my train of thought. Thank you. They have an inspector or a group of inspectors that will come and visit a school. And they come usually once every 4 years. Once every 4 years. They'll usually come and they will come and inspect a school. Because of these inspections, when they have finished their inspections, they will usually give a grade to the school. Okay, if the school is fantastic, they will say the school is outstanding. That means it's amazing, it's fantastic. And it's really important because you and I, who are parents, we go online, we Google the name of a school because we want to see what kind of school is it. Is it a good school? We want to learn about the teachers, about the students, the success rates. We want to learn these things, don't we? So we go on Google and we find reports. If it's a good school, it will be outstanding. That means fantastic. One level below, I think, is good. One level below that, I think, is needs improvement or something like that. Needs improvement. There is so much pressure on the principal of a school and the principal of a college. There's so much pressure for them to get a top grade that a lot of principals get really ill when it gets close to inspection time. They get really, really ill. And one principal actually committed suicide. Sorry, I hope there are no young children watching, but one principal of a school committed suicide. What does it mean, committed suicide? It's not nice to write, but I'm just teaching English. Committed suicide. Does anybody know what that means? One principal, mudir, one principal committed suicide. What does that mean? Can someone tell me? Committed suicide. Mortakib, committed. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Azar. خودکشی. Absolutely. Yeah. تلاش برای خودکشی. Actual خودکشی. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. خودکشی, absolutely. So one principal was under so much pressure to get a good grade for her school that she committed suicide. And she left 2 children. That means she was the mother of 2 children. She left 2 children. And that got people thinking, whoa, if there's so much pressure on teachers, that they are committing suicide, then something has to change. Something has to change. I don't know. So خودکشی کرد, committed suicide. اگر بخوایم if we want to say she tried to commit suicide but was unsuccessful, we say she attempted suicide. Attempted. That means she tried, but it wasn't successful. She is still alive. Yeah. So she attempted. I'm going to write all these down. Attempted suicide. But this principal I'm talking about, she didn't attempt. She actually committed suicide and she died, unfortunately, which is terrible. You know, it's really upsetting. It's upsetting for that family. It's really upsetting and horrific for the children of that school, you know, and for the parents, for that community. It's a really scary thing to know that. Okay, Sani Bagh, that's only one side of the story. If you would like to let us know the other side, we'd love to hear. If you have something to add, that would be very good. Failed suicide, sure, yeah. It is, Vida. It's really sad. It is really sad. Okay, she committed suicide, Bita. Yes. And so people have, and teachers and everybody has said something has to change. Something has to change. Why do they want these good grades? They want a good grade for their school or for their college so they can get more investment and more money, yeah, from the community, from the government. They want more investment. As a parent, I'm not happy with the school standards yet. Okay. I'd love to know what standards you mean. Do you mean teaching standards? What do you mean? I'd love to know what you mean by that. Despite all these inspections. Okay, right. It's the same in Iran. It seems there is a contest among schools. Okay, is that a bad thing though? Is that a bad thing if schools have a bit of competition? Is that a bad thing? Because if you have a bit of competition, I think people will try a bit harder. But if there's no competition, if there's no prize, if there's no reward, then people stop trying, right? Or maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. As well as college, we have talented school here, of course. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, sorry, I missed a comment. Habib Asadi is teaching a well-paid job in the is teaching a well-paid job in the UK. Oh my goodness, not really. No. Actually, sorry, خندیدم یعنی دارم مسخره میکنم teaching انگلیس رو. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not one of the top professions. If you look at the amount of work that you have to do compared with the amount that you get paid, you see that if you're teaching, you're working many hours, but you're not actually getting paid very much, especially at school. Because a lot of teachers, obviously they have classes of 34, sometimes 36 students in some of the schools, okay, standard governmental schools. They have lots of students. Each of these students needs reports. Each of them need feedback. Each of them need to have their homework marked and corrected. The teacher doesn't have time to do this in the lesson or during the day. She or he, the teacher, has to bring the work home. So we all go home when we finish work at like 5 o'clock and we get to relax, right? We get to let our hair down, relax. That's another idiom. Let our hair down. Let our hair down. This idiom is usually for ladies, and men usually say put our feet up. Put or my feet up. Put my feet up. Put my feet up. That's usually what men say. Let my hair down. Let my hair down. That's the idiom that usually women say. I don't want to be sexist, I'm sorry, but that's how we use it in society. Both of them mean relax, okay? So we might go home and we might let our hair down, Elnaz, absolutely. We might put our feet up. But a teacher, when they get home from school, they have to start marking. They have to start doing all that work. It's a lot of work that they have to do. But the good thing is when school is on holiday, teachers still get paid. So that's a good thing. And there are lots of school holidays. So that's a good thing. Okay. Let's see. Oh, good comments. Thank you for sending your comments. Teachers are striking because they're not paid well. Yes, Shahra, absolutely. That's why they're on strike. Yeah, they're really working a lot. They're working far beyond what they need to, but they're not being paid very well. And please remember, there's one big difference. In Iran, there is a lot of respect for the teacher, yeah? And the parents always say to their children, you have to listen to your teacher, you have to do your homework, you have to try. So everybody is working together to try and help that child grow, yeah, and improve. In England, unfortunately, with some communities and some families, the parent says, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I send my kid to school. He's your problem. You do it. When they come home, I don't want to help with homework. It's not my problem. Or sometimes some parents will start arguing with the teacher. Yeah. So teachers, they have a very difficult time. They have a lot of work, and sometimes parents aren't very cooperative, unfortunately. Mock. Mock, it means to make fun of. مسخره کردن. Mock. What is regards and in order to meaning, please? In order to, it means برای, for. Regards, it means about. I hope you will be my teacher. Let our hair down. In my case, my son's nursery is not really clear and honest about their curriculum. For instance, they let them watch Peppa Pig at nursery. Okay. I don't want to... obviously, you're absolutely right. Is there something wrong with children watching a little bit of cartoon in the nursery? Is you don't want them to watch cartoon in the nursery, is that right? Like for 10 minutes? I'd love to hear what you have to say. Because, for example, I know my son in high school right now, he's in year 9, and they're learning about Hitler. They're learning about Second World War, about the Nazis, and they're watching a film. It's a fantastic film. It's called Schindler's List. I don't know if you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, I really recommend you watch it. It's a real story. It's called Schindler's List, and at school every week they watch maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes in the class about this film. They watch this film and then they talk about it. So sometimes they use TV and cartoons as part of the curriculum to help the kids with their education. In the Netherlands, each class has 2 teachers. The days of the week are divided between 2 teachers. That's fantastic, and it's good for the kids as well, right? Put my feet up, let my hair down, thank you. What else? People are arrested. In Iran is terrible. We barely can make ends meet. I'm an English teacher in Iran. Yes, we're all following what's happening in Iran, and it's terrible. It's terrible. Hopefully, something big is going to happen. Okay, we're not going to forgive. We're not going to forget. Something big is going to happen. This cannot continue. This system, this life cannot continue, of course. We have got too many, there are lots of cracks, and the cracks are getting deeper. Crack, tarak, yeah? There are lots of cracks now in the system in Iran, and the cracks are getting deeper. So things will change, okay? But of course, we're all very upset and very sorry. We've been complaining, but they said it's educational, okay? I see what you mean, right? There's too much admin work. Yes, there is a lot of admin work, but that's the same for lots of professions, isn't it? Unfortunately. In Iran, we really do respect our teachers. Yes, let our hair down. My teachers have been imprisoned. I'm so sorry. We can say teachers enjoy paid leave. Yeah. Teachers aren't happy with their salary, unfortunately. And as a newcomer, they weren't really helpful with my 3-year-old who could not speak a word of English at the time. Some schools provide English help, and support to the kids, and they should. Kids pick up the language very quickly. Pick up, that means learn. Kids pick up the language very, very quickly, much quicker than adults. But yes, they do need support. They do need some kind of support. In my college, a classmate of mine told the teacher, okay, I'm not going to say that, and the teacher had no reaction. That's not good, is it? That's not good. I'm not going to repeat the word because that's a bad word. In my college, a classmate of mine told the teacher to and the teacher had no reaction. That's not good at all. Oh dear. Respect was before. Nowadays, everywhere is the same. Could you please explain let our hair down? Yes, so the idiom is let my hair down. That means relax. When you go home, you're not working, you're not thinking about work, you're not worrying about tomorrow. You just relax. Maybe you have a cup of tea, maybe you watch some TV, maybe you just sit and listen to some music or anything. That's how you relax. Yeah. Because in Europe, learning is active against Iran, which is passive. مدرسه تیزهوشان هم هست. رها ببخشید، میخواستم بدونم آیا داخل منچستر مدرسه تیزهوشان هم هست. I don't know about تیزهوشان, but I do know we have a type of school in all of England, in all the cities. It's called grammar school. Grammar, just like grammar school, and those are really good. You might want to search for those. Okay, early years is different. Yeah, unfortunately. We did homework, my daughter, every time in Iran. Very good. Okay, thank you. I think it's okay. It's an amazing movie. Yeah. اسم فیلمو میشه بنویسید. Yes, I'll write it down. Schindler's List. It's such a good film. Schindler's List. It's a fantastic film, and one of the actors in the film, he is the protagonist, the bad guy. Oh my god, he is such a good actor. I don't know if he's French. I'm not sure where he's from, but he is so good. The acting is amazing. Okay. Masterpiece. Yeah. Write the name. I'll write the name. I'll put it in the caption, definitely. Very good. Second and third conditional, what are the differences? I've created a grammar course. It's on my website. Please go look at it. Everything is explained there. Grammar course 1. Competition aimed at motivating learners could help, but it seems it inflicts stress on students. It shouldn't. You're right. If it's going to affect the students' work and it's going to affect students, then that's wrong. Yes, you're absolutely right. And I have seen that it does. I have seen when I was a teacher working at college in London, we were under immense stress. Immense. It means a lot. I'm going to write this down as well. Immense. We were under immense stress, a lot of stress. And because we had so much work to do, we didn't have time to teach. We were just doing admin work in the class with the students. And that's terrible, isn't it? Students have come to learn. They haven't come to do admin work. So I agree with you. Absolutely. Okay. Something big. Yeah, situation. Oops. Schindler's List. Yes, lots and lots of lovely. Very good. I'll write the name, I promise. دوست دارم کلاس online. Okay, if you would send me a message, that would be great. Got it. Schindler's List. And that is my alarm. Grammar school. Yeah, thank you, Hussein. Elephant in the room. An elephant in the room is an idiom. What did I say? Elephant in the room today? I can't remember mentioning that. An elephant is in the room. That means a big problem that everybody knows, but nobody wants to talk about it. Okay. So an elephant, it's an elephant in the room. That means there is a big problem Everybody knows about it, but nobody says anything. That's called there's an elephant in the room. Do you say this live? Yes, this is going to be on my Instagram page for about a day or two, and I'll put all the vocabulary as well. Then I transfer it to YouTube, so I don't delete it. I keep it. It goes to YouTube. This is the last comment. Excuse me. Sorry, this is my last comment and then I need to go, if that's okay. But I love to stay and chat with you. Maston Rostami, after living in the UK for the last 18 years, I felt like I'm still learning every day. Is this a good thing, or should I have learnt everything about English language by now? No, it's not bad. It's definitely a good thing. I think, to be very honest with you, Maston, yeah. To be very honest with you, even native speakers are still learning their language. I think even Farsi speakers are learning language every day, right? We can't say when I turn 30, وقتی که میرسم به 30 سال, when I turn 30, وقتی که 30 سالم میشه, when I turn 30, my language is going to be complete. We don't have that, do we? We're constantly learning. We're constantly practicing. We're constantly learning new words, even in our own first language. So that's a lot of pressure if we put on ourselves. We want to learn our second language and we think 18 years is enough. It's not. Never. No. We're constantly learning. Okay. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. I will write the name of the film. Yes, thank you. I'm so sorry I'm not reading the rest of the comments. A couple of my classmates are from Britain. Yeah, lovely. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. Sorry, what was this? Do you have any plan to discount for your course? Every time I put a new course on the website, for the first few days, I put quite a good discount on just to get attention, but then I put the price up as normal. One of the reasons why I give a discount is because I want it to be fair with people in Iran as well, because I know the Tuman and the pound are completely different. I know that. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for giving me your Sunday evening, as always. It's been lovely chatting with you and talking to you. I hope you enjoy tomorrow, which is a bank holiday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a good, productive week. And I will see you, hopefully, next Sunday, where we will have a Farsi and English session together. Okay? Thank you for your views and your opinions. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.